Hello, WordNerds, and happy Sunday, and welcome to today's live chat. And it is a write-in today. I know I'm excited to get some work done. So what is everybody working on tonight?
That's a good question. Somehow I knew that was coming and was still surprised. Oh, I should have thought of that.
I have emails, and then I'm also hoping to actually get to the dark academia / sapphic horror thing I'm working on. So we'll see, though.
Nice. I think I'll work on my chapter of mine and Kyra's book, and then if I move through that surprisingly quickly, then I'll shift over to either my plotting or my revisions. Probably plotting because that's more fun.
I am revisiting the book I wrote for Nano and still not totally sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm gonna play with it some tonight. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna be boring and work on homework because school still exists. So
yeah, that's probably smart.
Yeah. But everyone, please tell us, let us know what you guys are working on in the comments. Tonight's prompts are all junk drawer prompts. So that basically means that there's a lot of different things and you can use some of them, all of them, none of them. All are valid. But I just moved, and so I was like, moving junk drawer, like, that's a tie-in, right?
Totally.
So we're going to run with it. We can go ahead and start our prompt at the 40. Sound good for you guys?
Sounds good.
All right. I will go ahead and let you guys know what the prompt is. I will also put it in the chat. All right. Our first junk drawer prompt is a cat collar, a roll of quarters, some magic nail polish, a poorly written self-help book, an awkward family photo, and a gang of misfit girls.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like all those things.
So use that as you will.
I'm like stuck on the poorly written self-help book. It sounds very much like something I would use.
I don't know. I like the magic nail polish. I want to know what it does.
Yeah.
And also if it's related to the gang of misfit girls.
Who are probably all operating off of a poorly written self-help book, which is why they are misfits.
Makes sense.
I love it.
I'm very excited about this. I'm going to try and incorporate so many of these. Gonna write a chapter so chaotic.
That's exciting. Someone should write a book that's all just like work nerd prompts, like each chapter.
Yes.
No conceivable plot, but
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Who needs it?
Just a book of pure chaos.
This is good that I'm at least on the chat, so then when Megan sends this chapter to me, I can be like,
It makes
okay,
sense.
I know what happened here.
Give us a shout if you're doing Camp Nano. Let us know how it's going.
It is July.
Oh yeah,
It is.
it is that month.
I've made no progress really, but we'll
But
see.
you have the mug, so
I have the mug.
So you're halfway there, really.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that got my money, but they sent us these when we made content for them a while back.
That's what matters, is you got the mug. So
Yeah. And my goal is only like 11,000 words, which I can definitely do in a month, theoretically.
Definitely, probably, maybe do it.
I definitely can. Will I? Check back in 2.75 weeks, 3 and I don't know, however many weeks.
All right. And with that, it's time to start. We will meet you guys back here at the hour. And time. How'd it go?
I wrote words.
Woo!
That's all you can ask for.
It really is. I've not written many words lately, so I feel good about some words being written.
Yeah. I wrote 510 words,
Nice.
Good job.
which is a lot more than I've written in a long time in one sitting.
I came in late, but I got 72 words.
Nice.
Nice.
Which again is a lot more than what I've written recently.
Oh, yeah. Fairly certain I would have written 0 words were we not doing this write-in tonight.
Totally valid.
I don't actually know how many
Is it though?
words I got because it was like across 2 scenes in novel pad, and I don't know how to do that. I'm sure there's a way.
I still can't figure out how to check my word count in Novelpad.
Well, when you go to like the scene view or like the chapter view, it has it.
That's
I know they've
I think
showed
I
me,
am.
but I've forgotten instantly.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Oh,
I
you
want to
mean
see
for like
it.
the full novel?
Like while I'm typing, I want to see it. Like in Google
you-
Docs, you can just click a button and it's like, here it is.
Yeah, if you're typing, you can, like if you highlight a little of it, it will tell you how many words are in the scene, but not in the full.
I'm trying it now. Because I emailed him and I was like, I don't understand. And he was like, you can do it. And I was like, he must be lying. I know he wrote this website. He must be lying.
Yeah, if you like highlight something in a scene, then in the little black box, formatting box that shows
Oh,
up, it'll say
yeah.
like however many words in scene.
There it is. Look
It's
at
real.
that. It's a real thing. He did
Wasn't
not lie
lying.
just for the fun of it.
I don't know that it's super intuitive, but I'm still very much adjusting to novel pad because my brain doesn't think in scenes really,
Mhm.
or
I
any
really
coherent, like
Novel.
organized way.
Yeah, I really, really like Novelpad. There's just like a few small things that I'm still adjusting to.
Maybe that's why I like novel pad so much. I think my brain does think in scenes. That's interesting.
I think it'll actually be really good for this book because it's dual POV. And one of the things I'm changing as I'm revising is like the first time I wrote it for Nano, it was like character A in chapter 1 and character B in chapter 2 and character A in chapter 3. And that's how I switched between POVs. But I want it to be like looser. So there will be like switching in the middle of chapters. And so like having this, like conceptualizing that as scenes, I think will be an easier way for that to make sense. Maybe.
I have gone absolute full-blown chaos with writing lately. Because we've got like the book that Kyra and I are querying is all in Google Docs. I don't look at that unless it's in Google Docs. I've got this book that I write my chapters in Novelpad and I store everything in Novelpad because I like to see it there. But then I've also got this book that I'm plotting and I kind of want to do a video talking about like Scrivener 3 for PC and like, is it worth sticking around for it? Or upgrading to it if you're an old Scrivener user. So I've been plotting that one in Scrivener 3.
I'm still stuck in Scrivener. I have Scrivener 3. I'm actually on the 3rd. I have 3 more days left in the trial because it only counts the days you use it, which I think is really cool. And it warned me that I only have 3 days left in the trial. So I do need to, I think, make a decision if I want to upgrade to Scrivener or if I want to try and jump over to Novelpad. But I'm comfortable in Scrivener, and I feel like if I make the jump now, it's gonna hold me back a little bit because
Yeah,
I'm the kind of
you
person
don't
like
want
I need
that.
to learn everything about Novelpad before I start using it. So
It is so much
There's much less.
simpler of a layout. There are so many less bells and whistles, which is why I like it. Like,
Yeah.
I do not want bells and whistles because my brain is like, we don't know, panic, panic. I don't know how to use this. Exit.
I have found it intuitive for most things, but not checking the word count.
But not
It's not
checking-
intuitive for that.
And they're also, I know they're like, they've fairly recently unveiled all the like goal setting abilities and tracking, and I've been like digging into that, so I'm really enjoying it. But Scrivener 3 is fine. I haven't noticed much difference yet, but I am holding a grudge because I will freely admit that I have a slight.
I kind of feel like it doesn't matter how good it is, you're still gonna be mad.
I'm gonna be like, but you made me wait so. And respect, I get programming is so complicated. But I had my old license number, so it was only $20 to upgrade. So. And I'm going to make a video about it, so it's all paying off.
Way to look at the bright side.
Yeah.
We have a first-time viewer here, which is exciting.
Hi! Wait, where
Unusual.
is it? Looking through the comments.
Matilda Hurst. Hello, I'm new and glad to be here.
Hi! We're so glad you're here.
Guests. We're like the people that never get out of the house.
I see a lot of people talking about Camp Nano in the comments, and I wish you guys the best of luck. I had such high hopes for Nano, and like the day before, like I was in our group chat, and I was like, talk me out of it, but everybody didn't talk me out of it. They said it's a good idea, and I did wind up plotting the first day, and then I just haven't written since. I've written nothing. The new idea I had and the rewrite, just I don't know. I lost steam after the first day.
That's understandable.
But you did a day of work.
Yes.
I did a day.
Which is more than I did.
All the victories. Hi to Gillian or Jillian as well. Also not new to writing live streams, but new to ours. Really enjoying the group vibe. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yay. Welcome. I think it's Jillian. Am I right? Let us know so that we don't pronounce your name wrong the whole chat.
Also, feel free to ask if there's any writing topics you want us to discuss in between sprints. Let us know.
Questions.
Otherwise, we'll just go.
Should we plan on going again at the 10?
Yes.
Sounds good.
I was going to say the 5, but we were having such a nice conversation. I didn't want to interrupt.
Airing out my grudges with computer programs.
Here's a list of the issues I have with Scrivener.
Just unroll my scroll.
What is that GIF of like, who is it? Is it Hades or something that from
Hercules and the Hercules
unrolls
movies.
the scroll?
I think it's Hermes.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, Hermes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know
Elton John.
there is one in Aladdin 2 where like Jafar unrolls a scroll.
Oh,
like, the dad picks it up.
Giant list, right? We do have a question. Do we want to do that now? It's about world building, or do we want to do it after we check in from?
Let's do it after the sprint. That way we can give it more than a couple minutes attention.
It's a big answer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Cool.
I can give everyone the prompt now, though. So just again, if you guys missed it for the first time, these are junk drawer prompts, not props. You can use all of the things, none of the things, some of the things. It's up to you. So this one is skydiving, an egg salad sandwich, a party that got way out of hand, an old newspaper, a pile of used tea bags, and a unicorn t-shirt.
I already know how I'm going to use the
I
egg
really
salad
like the idea of the party that got out of hand having to do something to do with the egg salad sandwich and skydiving.
Yes.
I don't know. There's potential there.
Does it have to be a pile of tea bags, or can it be a can of spray tea?
For context, we've had many discussions
'Cause
among
I
the
use
word
that.
nerds over whether or not it's appropriate to microwave your tea. And then I found this like real abomination somewhere on the internet that was like spray tea. It's like tea in a can that you apparently just like spray in your drink like it's cheese, which is another terrible American invention. Did you
I
miss
have
this
not-
in the Slack?
I have not heard about that.
It's in the Slack.
So anyway, I think we can all agree that whether you microwave your tea water or not, the spray tea is not okay.
We are all united against spray tea.
Yes.
No matter what
Yes.
side of the debate you're on.
But I guess if you want to put it in your book, that's okay.
And with that, I feel like that's a great place to lead into starting our sprint. We will see you guys at the 30.
My grandmother's rolling over in a British grave.
and time. How did everyone do?
Not bad.
Let's see. $6.46.
Nice.
554 for me.
You said 554?
Yeah.
Ooh, I got 116.
Nice.
Granted, I am doing the rewrite, so I'll take that, definitely. I got through half a scene.
Nice.
I got like 2 bullet points of notes. So arguably way less fun than everyone else.
Shout out to Kelly, who's in the comments. She's another one of the WordNerds faces you might see if you come back to our channel from time to time. We do these live chats every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you are enjoying them, I would encourage you to please like and subscribe if you're into that. Totally fine if not. I did schedule a bunch of our live chats out for the next month or two, so you can always set reminders for those.
We have a world building question.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
World
thanks for the
building.
reminder.
I'm going to let someone else talk about it because I don't. No one should listen to me talk about anything related to world building. So, and the question is, how do you manage world building, as in not going on for decades? Like, how do you like weave it in succinctly? I think is what is being asked.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. I think that's one of my tougher aspects. Like, I do a lot of, like, I don't think I have a whole lot of world building in any of the stuff that I've written. But even just like a magic system in like an urban fantasy kind of thing is my aspect of like world building. I have recently I had a copy of the beat sheet that you got, that Kyra and Megan had put together. Not the beat sheet, the Bible that you guys had given to us a little while back. I'm kind of leaning into that a lot right now, where as I'm going through the rewrite, I'm writing down terminologies that I'm coming up with, what they mean, different settings, what they look like in my head. That way I kind of have it all there. But as far as like actually fleshing it out and making it not an info dump in the beginning is something that I also need a lot of assistance with.
I think one thing that helps me is focusing on the world as like the character is interacting with it. So it's not just like this world. I mean, the world is just there, but like when I'm giving details to the reader, I'm trying to think like, how is my character actually moving in this world? So like, I guess as an example, not just like, oh, there's this item on the desk over here. It's like, is the character picking up this item on the desk to fidget with it while they're having a conversation? To me, that's a lot more natural way to integrate it, by kind of focusing on actions that the character is doing than by just like having a paragraph about like what's sitting on the desk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone's mileage is going to vary with this one. Obviously, we say that all the time with any writing advice we give. This is like just what works for us. You might hate it, and that's fine. You're probably right. But for me, I like to figure out beforehand only as much world building as I need to know to start the story. I write a lot of horror and dark fantasy, and so I kind of like, I need to know the origin story of the monster or the curse or the character's family who's going to be playing a big role in this. Like, where did the supernatural thing come from? But I don't spend too much time in the finer details of it when I'm in the planning stage. And then as I'm writing, I tend to like just letting myself figure it out. Like if I feel like, oh, this thing has come to me now that I'm writing my character in this scenario, that this would be a fun world building tidbit to add, I write it in the draft, and I can always cut it later. But that helps me the most. And if it's something important, I always have a little world building doc on the side that I copy and paste it over into. That way I don't forget, or it doesn't get lost. And yeah, I'm not writing super epic fantasy, so maybe that wouldn't work if you're writing a big sweeping fantasy, but just, it's always okay to write a little more than you need to. You can always cut it later.
Yeah, I definitely like what Kyra said. I like to have the character interacting with the elements of the world that are different to like the very obvious, age-old advice of show, don't tell comes into play there. Because I think like with a lot of, particularly with new fantasy writers, they tend to have that like, as you know, Bob moment where it's like, as you know, Bob, the great war with the dragons has been going on for 50 years. And Bob is like, yes, these dragons are fighting these dragons. How unfortunate. And it's like, well, why are they having this incredibly not natural conversation if they both know that this war has been raging on for 50 years? But, if they're talking about how one side is running out of food because they've been under siege for 50 years or, something like that. It's like, oh, this is something new that's come out of this situation, but we're talking about it in the context of like, oh crap, like this is affecting the characters now. And you can go into like, oh my God, this war is lasting for so long. We've run out of this supply. We've run out of that supply. There's reinforcements coming, and they, I just like little things that are affecting the character in the moment that they would talk about that would give you, or that you could show the supply train coming or whatever. So it gives you an opening to show the audience what's going on, why this stems from this other thing, for one example.
I'm going to put this in the comments for anyone, or in the discussion section for anyone who might be interested in this. We have done, early last year, we did a workshop on world building, which was aimed at kind of helping people flesh out the parts of the world that they needed. I don't remember every detail about it, but if you want to watch us talking at great length about world, I just put that link in the discussion box. If that's useful for you. Might not be, who knows? I don't know. But it's there. And we do workshops maybe once a quarter, where we do kind of guided exercises aimed at specifically helping you dig into different craft parts of your works in progress. And we try to make them functional for people at all stages of the writing process, whether it's plotting, first draft, or editing/revising. Our next one coming up is next week, I believe, and it's going to be all on subplots. So.
Yes.
I knew that. I don't know why I acted surprised. I'm so excited about it. That was
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you go on our YouTube homepage, we have a playlist up at the top that is upcoming live chats, and it should be the first one on that playlist. Great
Well,
job.
This is a good place to let everyone know our next prompt. So again, these are junk drawer prompts, so feel free to use anything, nothing, anything in between. So this one is Bitcoin, an empty pizza box, an obscure comic book, a bunch of butterflies, a mace, the Hope Diamond, and an unsolvable math problem.
The Hope Diamond is in your junk drawer. Dang.
It's like Loki. These sound like really weird haikus as you're reading them.
They do.
I don't know. Kelly in the comment section said that she wasn't sure what the theme was, but she's reading the prompts at like Bo Burnham's song, Feeling. And I'm like, now I see it. I get it.
Do the butterflies fly out when you open the drawer, or are they deceased? I have questions.
That's a good question.
Poke them and find out.
It's what's the that Schrodinger's Is that what it is?
Schrodinger's
butterflies,
yeah.
Schrodinger's butterflies.
I'm just looking at all these prompts and trying to figure out which ones Megan's going to try and squeeze into our chapter.
I did get the egg salad sandwich.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
That's so great.
I'm also expecting the tea bags. That seems like where
Yes.
you'd be able to put it.
Easily. I also fit the cat collar from prompt 1.
Nice.
Looking forward to reading this.
We are at the 40. Do we want to go ahead and start now? And we will finish at the hour.
And is this our last sprint? Of
Yes,
the
this is
evening?
our last sprint. Thank you for the reminder. So last one, write as much as you can, and we will see you guys at the hour. And time. How did that last sprint go for everyone?
Good. 5:25.
Nice.
Mm.
I've noticed the time goes a lot faster when I'm working on like school than like working on like writing.
Mm.
True.
Let us know how you did in the comments.
I don't know how many I got the last sprint, but I'm just shy of 1,500 for the night.
Yeah, that's about
Nice.
one for the night.
Got 65 new words, and I made it about another quarter of the way down the scene.
Nice.
Nice.
Progress, progress, progress.
Speaking of, Jillian said, making good progress on my goal setting. Way to go.
Woo!
Awesome.
Oh no, the Shadows Lair said, I do not know, as my cat shut down the computer.
Oh, no.
It's a plot, definitely.
Yeah.
Never an accident.
One time my cat sat on my whiteboard and erased all of my revision notes with his butt. She's like, curse you, Hugo.
He thought you were on the wrong track.
Yeah.
This time.
We had a question from Andrew Walker. How do I find good books in a genre I don't read a lot of? I had a recommendation for this, which is to look at the Goodreads Choice Awards books. I'm going to put a link for the 2020 Goodreads Choice Awards. They have them by genre, and it's not like a perfect setup, you know, but it's a really good way to figure out what are the books that people are going to be talking about in that genre.
And then also to piggyback off that, like if you find a book in that genre from that list that you like, Goodreads also have lists that were like created by like a lot of members of the site that like rank the books themselves. So, and that kind of helps me find books that I want to read in a specific genre too.
For sure. You can also utilize booksellers. If you go into your local bookstore and say like, hey, I'm trying to get into this genre, they'll probably know what the newest releases are, what are the things that are going to be coming up and maybe be on the 2021 Goodreads Choice Awards list.
What are people buying a lot of?
What are people buying a lot of? Librarians as well probably know.
It was like my sister worked at a bookstore for a while, and she doesn't read like any really fantasy, but I had a copy of Ninth House that I was reading, and she saw it and she's like, we sell so many of those. I'm sure. She's like, I don't know what it's about, but I know people like it.
Yep.
Yes. Shout out to Emma Wins, who said, finished my homework assignment. Way to go.
Woo! Wish I could relate.
Misty Kate got 73. Characters are about to happen on a cottage full of gnomes where most of the junk drawer prompts will be.
That's so exciting.
Yes.
I like that the junk drawer prompts just became like an excuse to see how many random things we could all put in our books.
Yes. As it should be.
That's basically how Megan and I write. So
Yeah.
just create a list of things we think are interesting and then find a way to put them
Book's
all
not
in.
done till we hit the end of the list.
Sounds like fun, honestly.
Publishable? Doubtful.
But fun.
But interesting and fun, yes.
I mean, you have to understand, I send Megan these like Snapchats or messages that just say things like, I think our book needs pomegranates. And Megan would be like, yeah.
Yeah. I see it.
Not
Or-
questioning it, just going with it. Okay.
Yeah. I think last week Kyra was like, I'm thinking about changing the name of my main character. And I was just instantly like, yeah, go for it. We can find and replace that stuff.
A good co-author there.
No thoughts, just vibes.
Yes, just do it.
Just support.
Yeah.
Support. And our books read like it was written by two people who are just constantly enabling each other. So again, publishable, fun, definitely.
That's what really matters.
Yeah.
Yes.
If publishers can't understand your vision, that's on them.
You know,
I've
I'm
had
not sure.
marketable stuff for years and no one has been interested in
You just
publishing
don't
it,
understand
so-
the genius. So
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you so much to everyone who is new here and to all our returning viewers. We've loved seeing all of you. We hope to see you again in the future. And the best way to be sure when we're going live is to like and subscribe. Yeah. We also have TikTok and everything.
Yes.
So we're with
Instagram,
it. We're
Twitter.
hip. We're happening.
So hip.
Well, that is a great segue into the end of the chat. Next week we have our workshop for subplots. So please come. That'll be really interesting. I'm super excited for that. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Bye.